Hey, so tonight we're going to immerse ourselves in the solitary, rhythmic world of a 19th century lighthouse keeper on a rugged New England coast. And I mean really experience it, not the dramatic Hollywood storms and rescues, but the actual day-to-day vigilance, the quiet maintenance, and the profound isolation that came with safeguarding ships from the sea's hidden dangers. Did you know that a single keeper's diligence could prevent countless shipwrecks, all while living in a world lit only by oil lamps and the stars? Oh, and if you're enjoying these stories, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe. Super curious where you're all listening from. So, drop a comment with your location and what time it is there. Always blows my mind how people are falling asleep to this all over the world. Alright, find that cozy spot. Take a nice slow breath and just let your body sink into whatever you're lying on. We're heading back to a windswept lighthouse tower in 1875, perched on a rocky outcrop where the Atlantic meets the shore. And trust me, you're going to be real grateful for your reliable electricity and instant communication by the time we're done. So, congratulations! You just woke up as the principal keeper of this isolated beacon, your home a sturdy stone tower rising from the waves, ready to begin another day of quiet guardianship over the restless sea. You stir in the dim pre-dawn light, the sound of waves crashing against the rocks below filtering through the thick stone walls of your quarters. The air is cool and damp, carrying the sharp tang of salt and seaweed, mingled with the faint, oily scent of kerosene from the lantern room above. Your bed is simple, a narrow wooden frame with a straw mattress, covered in woolen blankets that scratch slightly against your skin as you sit up. The floorboards creak under your bare feet, cold and worn smooth from years of pacing. You pull on your woolen trousers and shirt, the fabric heavy and slightly stiff from the constant humidity. Over that goes your official lighthouse service uniform, a dark blue jacket with brass buttons, a symbol of your civil service role since the reforms in the mid-century. The quarters are modest, a small room attached to the base of the tower, furnished with a table, chairs, a cast-iron stove, and shelves lined with logbooks and supplies. Through the small window, you see the ocean stretching endlessly, gray and restless under the fading stars. As you light a small oil lamp, its flame flickering softly and casting warm shadows, you feel the weight of responsibility settle in. The lighthouse is your domain, a sentinel against the perils of fog, storms, and hidden reefs. You take a deep breath, inhaling the briny air, and climb the spiral iron staircase to the lantern room, each step echoing faintly in the hollow tower. Up in the lantern room, the world opens around you. The glass enclosure, encircled by a catwalk, offers a panoramic view of the churning sea, distant sails on the horizon, and the rugged coastline dotted with pines. The air up here is fresher, whipped by the wind that whistles through tiny gaps in the structure. You feel the slight sway of the tower in stronger gusts, a gentle reminder of its isolation on this rocky promontory. The heart of the lighthouse is the Fresnel lens, a marvel of prisms and glass rings, invented in the 1820s, that amplifies the light from a single oil lamp into a beam visible for miles. Its surface is cool and smooth to the touch, but you know it must be spotless. Below, the clockwork mechanism, wound by hand, rotates the lens slowly, creating the characteristic flash pattern unique to your station. The room smells of polished brass and the faint residue of soot from the wick. Around the base of the tower lies a small compound, a boathouse for supplies, a garden plot where you grow hardy vegetables like potatoes and cabbage to supplement your rations, and perhaps a few chickens scratching in the dirt. The soil is sandy and poor, requiring constant effort to yield anything. Isolation defines this place, no neighbors for miles, only the occasional supply boat from the mainland, bringing kerosene, food, and mail. Your day begins with the light. Before dawn, you trim the wick of the argan lamp, a multi-wick burner that consumes whale oil or, in later years, kerosene. You dip a cloth in soapy water and carefully clean each prism of the Fresnel lens, wiping away any dust or condensation that could dim the beam. The cloth glides smoothly over the glass, and you hear the soft squeak as it polishes to a shine. Then, you wind the clockwork, the gears clicking rhythmically as you turn the heavy crank, feeling the tension build in the weights. As the sun rises, painting the sky in soft pinks and oranges, you extinguish the light. Your station operates from sunset to sunrise, unless fog demands otherwise. Descending the stairs, you head to the kitchen for breakfast, simple fare like oatmeal porridge, hard bread, salted fish, and coffee brewed on the stove. The stove's heat is welcome against the morning chill, and the coffee's bitter aroma fills the small space. You eat slowly, savoring the quiet, perhaps sharing the meal with your family if they live with you. Mid-morning brings maintenance. You inspect the tower for cracks or rust, painting over any weathering with thick white lead paint, the brush strokes even and methodical. The paint smells sharp and chemical, sticking slightly to your fingers. You log everything in the keeper's journal: fuel used, weather observations, any ships sighted. The pen scratches softly on the paper, the ink flowing in neat cursive. Afternoon might involve tending the garden, the earth cool and gritty under your hands as you pull weeds or harvest roots. Or repairing equipment in the workshop, the sound of hammer on metal echoing across the empty landscape. As evening approaches, you prepare the light again, hauling 45-pound cans of kerosene up the stairs, your muscles straining with each step, the can's metal handle digging into your palm. Dinner is hearty but plain: stew from preserved meats and vegetables, perhaps a pie if supplies allow. You eat by lamplight, the flame steady and reassuring. Then, back to the tower to light the lamp at sunset, watching as the beam sweeps out over the darkening sea. To thrive as a keeper, you've mastered a range of skills honed through experience and the Lighthouse Board's regulations, established in 1852. You know how to maintain the Fresnel lens, adjusting its height and ensuring the wick burns evenly to avoid smoke. You're adept at weather forecasting, reading barometers and anemometers to predict storms, recording data for the service's meteorological reports. Rescue operations are part of your repertoire, launching a small boat in rough seas, handling lines and life preservers, all while battling wind and waves. You understand navigation aids, knowing your light's flash pattern, perhaps every 10 seconds, helps sailors identify their position. Mechanical aptitude is key, repairing the clockwork, which might involve oiling gears or replacing worn parts, the tools feeling familiar in your calloused hands. You've learned patience and precision, as even small errors could endanger lives. The 131 tasks outlined in the service's manuals guide you, from polishing brass to inventorying supplies like wicks and chimney glasses. Though often romanticized as solitary, your life includes family if the station allows. Your wife might assist with watches, cleaning, or even taking over if illness strikes. Women like Kate Walker kept Robbins Reef Lighthouse for decades. Children, if present, help with chores, fetching water from the cistern, tending animals, or homeschooling under your guidance. Their laughter echoes in the tower, a counterpoint to the sea's roar, but they must obey strict rules: no touching the lens, no wandering too close to the cliffs. Social interaction is rare. Supply tenders visit monthly, bringing news and goods, their arrival a highlight marked by shared stories over tea. Inspectors from the Lighthouse Service arrive unannounced, their white-glove tests ensuring spotless conditions. You're part of a broader network, corresponding with other keepers via mail, but days pass in quiet routine, the family your primary companionship. In some stations, especially in the South, African American keepers and assistants form crews, like at Pea Island, reflecting the service's evolving inclusivity post-Civil War. The sea presents constant challenges. Storms batter the tower, winds howling like distant thunder, rain lashing the glass as you keep the light burning 24 hours if needed. Fog demands the fog signal, a bell or horn, cranked by hand, its deep toll reverberating through your bones. Loneliness creeps in during long winters, when ice isolates you further, but you combat it with routines: reading from the portable library, fishing from the rocks, or crafting models. Physical strain is ever present, hauling fuel up endless stairs, your back aching, hands blistered. Emergencies like shipwrecks require swift action, signaling with flares, rowing out in pounding surf. You solve these with preparation, stocking supplies, drilling rescues, and drawing on inner resilience fostered by the service's discipline. Misconceptions abound. It's not all heroism, much is mundane toil. But you find solace and purpose, knowing your beam guides sailors home. Your tools are products of the era. The argan lamp for steady flame transitioned to kerosene in the 1860s for brighter, cheaper light. The Fresnel lens, with its bullseye panels, concentrates the beam efficiently. Clockworks run on weights, requiring daily winding. The U.S. Lighthouse Service, founded in 1789, professionalized your role. Political appointments gave way to civil service in 1896. Regulations dictate everything, from uniforms to log entries, emphasizing duty and precision. Customs include saluting inspectors, maintaining gardens for self-sufficiency, and observing Sabbath rest when possible. This life blends technology's ingenuity with nature's raw power, a bridge between sail and steam eras. In quieter times, beauty emerges. You watch sunrises gild the waves, the light fracturing into rainbows through the prisms. At night, the beam sweeps the dark sea, stars wheeling overhead in unpolluted skies. You hear seals barking on distant rocks, feel the mist on your face during walks on the catwalk. These moments ground you, the satisfaction of a well-kept light, the quiet bond with family, the knowledge that your vigilance preserves life. Wonder lies in the sea's vastness, reminding you of humanity's small place yet profound impact. As night deepens, you sit by the stove, the fire crackling softly, reflecting on your existence. In this isolated tower, you've learned the value of constancy, the light's steady flash mirroring the enduring human spirit. Across centuries, keepers like you bridged solitude and society, their quiet labors echoing in today's automated beacons. What remains constant? The pull of duty, the comfort of routine, the awe of nature. Modern life, with its lights at a switch and connections instantaneous, owes a debt to your era's perseverance. You're grateful for the evolution, yet cherish the simplicity that taught presence and resilience. You take a deep breath, feeling the sea air fill your lungs, then exhale slowly, letting tension ebb like the tide. The tower quiets, the light rotating above with a soft whir, the waves a lullaby below. Your body relaxes against the chair, eyelids growing heavy. Around you, the world softens, the fire's glow dims, the wind a gentle whisper. Breathe in peace, breathe out the day's labors. Feel your limbs sink, warm and weightless, as the sea's rhythm carries you. Sleep now. Rest well. Let the lighthouse's beam fade into dreams, wrapping you in calm, endless night.